Hello and welcome back to Wargaming with me, Gary. Excuse me. Now, although I'm going to quickly show you what I'm working on, so this is kind of an update. This is more a response to Jonny Watson, likes and dislikes. So I thought I'd join in with that. I really like doing these types of videos, you know, where someone leaves a response to something they've said and then the rest of the community join in. I really enjoy that, so I was always going to join in with this. But first, I want to quickly show you the figures I'm working on at the moment. These are some more English Civil War and some Vikings I'm working on. Now I'll lift these up just so you can see. So the guys there, well, they look like orange, but I'll be changing that. And they are the Earl of Essex Regiment of Foot, and although it looks like orange, that's more, the actual colour is supposed to be tawny, but when I looked on the website it really looked like orange, so I thought what I do, this is orange with a little bit of brown, light brown, kind of a sandy brown, and then what I'll do is I'll put a brown wash on it, and that should get the colour I'm after. It's pretty close anyway, to be honest. The next regiment next to that is the Colonel Robert Hammond's Regiment of Foot. Now, when I did the coats, you can see it's red. Now, when I did the mix, it looked really close to what I was trying to get, but when it's dried out much more different. So my plan is, what I think I'll do is I'll put I'll put several dark washes on it to really make it look more brown than red, and then do a really heavy dry brush so try and get the actual colour I'm looking for. And just see if that works. And then there's a drummer there, you can see all on his own, and that's from the Newcastle Whites. And I'll be working on him as well. So there's three more regiments. So the Earl of Essex and Colonel Robert Hammond's regiments of foot, they're all parliamentarians, and the Newcastle White is another King's regiment. So with that in mind, then there's the Vikings. I've got quite a lot to do there. All of these guys I've given fair hair. I have mixed it up in so there are other batches I'm working on that they've all been mixed up. All the shields are nearly all done, and as you can see I've done them all in yellow and blue. Kind of a little bit of artistic license there, so they're Swedish Vikings, but of course that's probably not. That was definitely not how that would have happened, because the Swedish flag didn't develop until much later on in history. So let's just come up here. Here's me with my with my new sun tag. Christ, I hope my manager don't see this. She'll think I don't do any work whatsoever. And I've also got a beer. Hang on, let me just. So I love doing what Palmer does. So he's got tonight's sponsored beer, and I don't know if I can pronounce this. It's Hogarden wheat beer. Now I must admit, when I went to East Germany on a stag weekend, we had such a good time. It was brilliant, and I was drinking wheat beer, but only in those great big glasses, and I really developed a taste for it. So this is what I'm drinking now. So cheers all. Sun's out. Cold beer. Life's pretty good, isn't it, really? So getting back to responding to Jonny Watson and his likes and dislikes, it will come as no great surprise, I don't think, to people that I struggled, just put my teeth back in, I struggled to find things that I dislike, and then what I've come up with three things, but they're very they're left field. They're really, I'm really grabbing at straws here, I think. But we'll go through them. And I think, some people, I think especially people of my age or older, are definitely going to be feeling a similarity to how I feel with these. So the first one is, I'm running out of time. I'm 62 years old. Isn't it funny, when we were younger, life was infinite. It was like this mirror behind me. The reflection, it just went on and on and on. Life never ended. Now, at 62, heading towards 63, I am aware that there are limitations, and now I am aware that all of those regiments that I wanted to paint, I'm running out of time. And this is, I tell you what, probably my biggest dislike and regret is all of the figures that I painted and sold. I had, and also not only the ones I painted, there was an art shop which was closing down, and I had bought from them, so I'd done my bit. But when they were closing down, and this would have been about 6 or 7 years ago, I was able to go in there with £200 and literally almost clear the shelves because they were selling this stuff. They weren't doing it at half price. Eventually they were just getting rid of it. So I went in with my £200 and said, what can you do for £200? And I gave them the £200, and they literally cleared the rest of the shelf, what was left on shelves. And I had everything. Renegade, there was war games, or Games Workshop I should say. There was just loads and loads of stuff. And just before I started doing my videos, I sold them to get some quick cash. And it's a massive regret. I mean, huge regret. I had the whole Westphalian Corps, so Jerome's Corps that went into Russia, so the Westphalians. I had every regiment, and and I sold it, and that is a massive regret. So a dislike would be the fact that I did that. I don't know if that's the same. It's a regret, but does that kind of see what I'm saying about that left field? Regret, dislike, maybe. I dislike the fact that I sold them. Yeah. So I wish I'd held on to them. Money. So I said time. I wish I hadn't sold those figures. Then money. Never got enough cash. I only wish I had enough cash. Cash. I think I've kind of done that, and everyone will understand those things. I'd like. There are certain things I'd love to be able to buy, but my priority is figures. So I'm not spending money on terrain. I've been toying with joining the local Crawley War Games Centre. I've been toying with joining them for months since the last salute. But my wife's just retired. We're going to have to watch our pennies until we can get the state pension, till we can get the state pension. We get a pension, but it won't be enough, until we get the state pension as well. So I'm not going to be able to join that now until I'm 66. Yeah, until I'm 66. So that's another 3.5 years. So that's another dislike. And the last dislike is time to watch other people's videos. And that is my job just takes up so much time. And as you can see, I love sitting up in the summer. I don't do much. I don't do much painting. I don't do much videoing because I'm sitting out in the garden, having a couple of them with my wife. When we're not on lockdown, friends and family. And we'll travel around and we'll do all that. summer is a busy time for me, just socialising. So I don't do much painting. So I don't, and I really get behind with catching up with other people's videos, which is a shame. Yeah, because I really enjoy it. I mean, it's one of the, it's the thing that got me into making my own videos. The fact that I was watching other people who inspired me to do videos. So they're my dislikes. My likes, I've limited it. And I've got short answers because this could just go on and on. Painting, love painting soldiers. Best thing, like I sometimes be at work and I'll be daydreaming about getting home and painting soldiers. That's how much I enjoy painting soldiers. Collecting, love to collect them. As much as I enjoy painting them, I love to collect them, line them up, in their regiments and opposing each other, and just looking at how they're all faced up and the colours and the spaces. There's something about the spaces, but the spaces of a block of infantry, for example. With say like 3 infantry regiments lined up with support regiments behind them. There's just something really nice about that. Research, love to do research. I didn't put it here, but research also includes buying second-hand books. I've really got into that, going into these second-hand bookstore shops, which they are a dying breed. And I don't know if this COVID-19 lockdown, it might have killed a few more of them off, which will be a crying shame. Especially Kim's Books in Arundel, which is a brilliant, fantastic bookshop. Comments, I love the comments. One of my biggest, the things which knowledge and research is brilliant. I've got, for example, for the English Civil War, 2 people, I talked about this pose being on guard. Well, Dom and Paul, they didn't only say, oh, it's not actually on guard, it's this. They've done me a list with numbers of where you start, so the starting position to the final charge position, and then coming back afterwards to stand at ease, but it's not stand at ease. I mean, that is, where else would you get that? Those little bits of information. I could read reams and reams, books and books, and probably never find that bit of information. So the comments are massive, the research massive. I think the one, this isn't my top one, but this is my, it's very close to being top, the community. I really enjoy interacting with the community. I love seeing what other people are doing. I love to hear what they're saying and what they're doing. I love to hear their comments on what I'm doing and on what each other's doing. I saw a brilliant video from Jim Mary Hinge, and it was a response to what I'd asked him to look at his mountain of shame. And the comments he was getting in that was fantastic. There was just, I think I was giggling the whole way through it. So yeah, love the community. The last thing, and it's only become my favourite thing since going to Salute last year. My favourite thing about wargaming. We all met up, well, a crowd of us met up at Salute. We went down the pub, we had a few, and Leon's spoken about it in his response to Jonny Watson, and I totally agree. I can't wait for Salute. I'm pretty sure if this is all done, no more deaths, fingers crossed, touch wood. They find a cure, fingers crossed, touch wood. I will be going to Salute next year if those things are in place. If it's safe to go, and I cannot wait to get together with everybody. And from what was starting to happen last year, so beginning of this year, about people who didn't go last year and were saying, I'm definitely going this year. For example, Justin, And lots of others. I mean, there are lots of others who were saying yeah, they are definitely going. I'm looking forward to seeing the guys I saw 2019. I'm also looking forward to seeing the guys who will be 2001. And, we should do that, shouldn't we? School of 2001. Yes. Anyway, that's my response to Jonny Watson. I hope you enjoyed it. I've also used it as an opportunity to do my update. So all the best, everybody. I hope your projects are going very well. They're going better than mine over the summer. I hope you're all keeping safe, and I hope you're all very happy. So cheers, everybody. Oh, lovely stuff. All the best then. Take care. Bye bye.